Today on the channel, decisions have to be made from time to time, and it's back to... Today on the channel, decisions need to be made from time to time, and today is no different as it's time for That's So Hard to Say Goodbye, Part 29.
The spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another episode in the continuing saga of what is leaving my collection. It's time for That's So Hard to Say Goodbye, Part 29. Can you believe it? We've done 29 of these videos. Absolutely amazing we've gotten up to this point, but it shouldn't be that amazing. If you're a serious collector, and Todd, I'm not as serious as you, but I'm getting there. I'm on my way. I'm thinking about becoming a real collector one of these days very soon. But if you're any kind of a collector, you're buying stuff, obviously, that's collecting, but you're also selling stuff, and there could be reasons. Maybe you need some cash. Maybe you're just not feeling it anymore. Maybe you're just absolutely disgusted with it. It reminds you of an old girlfriend or boyfriend, in Todd's case, maybe. Who knows? Who knows? But there's always a reason stuff is coming and going from a collection. And honestly, the amount I collect, I think you guys probably feel I should have a lot more going out. And I'm more of a collector than a seller, but it does come a time every once in a while you got to cut bait and run. And this summer, I'm calling it summer here in 2026, I've been reassessing my collection, I guess you could call it. I've been reorganizing. I've been extremely busy for about the last year and a half. I've really had no time outside of YouTube and my day job. You're looking at like an hour a night of free time. Todd McFarlane. I don't recommend it for anybody, but I've amassed a lot of stuff and I haven't been able to put it away. That's why you've seen in some of these videos, these detolfs aren't full because I haven't had time to go and do all the moving. It's a slow move process. It's like I'm moving, but it's just a year-long move or something like that. And I got a lot of work to do. I'm not sure where I'm going to get to it. But as I have been working through some things, I've seen some stuff. I've said, you know, I'm not feeling this as much. Maybe I enjoyed it at the time, or maybe I got caught up in some FOMO, or Todd McFarlane, maybe I got caught up in some big sales going on. And that happens to us from collectors, be it any of the toy shops out there. It could be jaystoysandgames.com. It could be Big Bad Toy Store, Entertainment Earth, whatever it may be. You get caught up in some madness, maybe a big holiday sale. And you're like, I've been on the fence. I kind of want to get into these, but I'm not sure. And then all of a sudden, bam, there it is slapping you in the face. There's a hot sale. And you're like, you know what? I'm pulling the trigger. I'm feeling good. And I saw something the other night, Todd McFarlane, that they said most impulse buying happens between like 9 and 2 a.m. at night, like late at night. People, their guard's down, they're tired, maybe they got a couple of drinks in them, who knows what they're up to. But the guard is down and that's when they pull the trigger on some purchases, impulse buys and stuff. Can't say I was doing any of that kind of stuff, was I? Todd, was I doing any of that? I don't think I was doing any of that kind of stuff, but I've been known to peruse eBay or something late at night, but not in this case. But I did take advantage of a sale here, and that's what we're getting to. And I know somebody's saying, okay, move it along, move it along. There's some people that want my videos to be about 10 seconds long. They just want me to say it and then be done with it. But some want me to drag it out all day long. But this was one of those ones, there was a big sale over the holidays. Now, the weird thing about this is where it was kind of FOMO and kind of got to get a deal going on. Wrap your head around both of those. But there was a huge sale on these. I said, these are kind of cool. These would display very well with my Thundercats in the same universe, quasi-universe, at least cartoon universe in a lot of ways. I said, you know what? I could see myself with Cat Slayer building it all out, which I'm still working on. I'll get that done eventually. And I said, I'll have this team kind of over on the side. And what are we talking about? No, we're not talking about Tiger Sharks, Todd McFarlane. I never even heard of Tiger Sharks till recently. We're talking about Silverhawks. That's what we're talking about in this video here for part 29. Silverhawks, a cartoon I never saw as a kid. It was not available in our area. I did see the original toys and I said, what are these? I'm passing. Give me the G.I. Joes. That's what I said as a kid. But later on, you find out, you see some stuff, and let's be honest, Silverhawks a very difficult watch. That's why it's not remembered as fondly as a Thundercats, for example. It's got its fan bases. But there was hot sales on these. They were in the Super 7 Ultimate Universe. You could fit them in with your Thundercats. I said, you know what? These are such a crazy deal. I'm going to jump in. So I jumped in and got like the first 3 or 4 sets, something like that. And then I got them all really, really cheap. And I'm like, I'm good with this. And there was a lot of chatter out there on the interwebs, San Diego Comic-Con, that that they couldn't do the vac metal. We can't do vac metal. We can't do vac metal. And that's what made Silverhawks great for a lot of people. But unfortunately for me and many other people, and I think this is one of the reasons Silverhawks has struggled, everybody bought these ones saying, well, they're not going to do vac metal. They said they can't do it, so we bought all these. And then what happens after the big sale? Hey, we're making vac metal, and that upset a lot of people, myself included, once that was announced. I'm like, well, now I got all these. I don't want to go buy these vac metals. And oh, by the way, vac metals cost even more. It was shenanigans aplenty. And if you followed this channel or my other YouTube channel, some people say Todd McFarlane, Kyle Peterson 2.0, the most underrated YouTube channel there is. Yes, there's a Buffalo Wild Wings reviews over there because I got free wings for a year, so I got to make use of that. There's a lot going on over there, let me tell you. But I haven't even unboxed Silverhawks over there. I've had a stack down here in my basement for like 2 years now, saying one day I'm going to get around to it. One day when it slows down, there's nothing going on, I'll get around to it, I'll get around to it. Guess what? I've never got around to it. I see it sitting there. Not like they're worth a fortune or anything like that, but I said, I could use the space. I don't need this. I don't have a long love like I do with G.I. Joe, He-Man, wrestling, Scooby-Doo, whatever it may be. I got a lot longer love, a lot more passion for that. I said, you know what? I could cut out these Silverhawks. And let's be honest, nobody's going to watch me unbox Silverhawks figures. Nobody's going to watch. I appreciate the ones that watch when there's only like 100 views, 200 views or whatever. Kyle Peterson 2.0. They only want to see Nightmare Spawn. Only 200 people in the world, the universe, want to see Nightmare Spawn unboxed. Well, Todd's one of them, and I'm another, so there's another 198. Yes, there is. But nobody's going to watch Silverhawks. They're old hat at this point. Nobody wants to see those things. So I said, you know what? Doesn't even matter. Doesn't even matter. I'm done with it. I'm moving on. I'm cutting bait. I'm moving on from the Silverhawks. Took it over to my old friends over there at jaystoysandgames.com. Of course, deals aplenty over there. Use code Kyle, save yourself 15%. I said, I'm not even going to sell these on eBay. I'm not going to take the time to put them on Marketplace, Facebook groups, whatever. Jay's, you give me whatever you think is fair, and I'll just move on from there. And that's exactly what I did. But with a plot twist, I did keep on 2 of them. Currently here, I do got the original Bluegrass, not vac metal, but I couldn't give him up because he's got that nice guitar. I said, he'd be good in like my Thundercats universe, just kind of sitting on the corner, just picking a song, like a young Buck Owens or something, or maybe like a Dangerous Don Rich, who knows? But that's what I thought. So I said, you know, I'm going to hold on to this one. So I might still sell it, but I might keep this one. Maybe I'll keep Bluegrass. We'll see what happens there. And then probably the most annoying character of all time in childhood. There's a lot of terrible cartoon characters. Orko, loved him as a kid, just nails on a chalkboard in this day and age. Duke, remember Duke? He was kind of cool when we were kids. Now we found out he's a racist. He's on the Epstein files. He's done all kinds of things, burned down G.I. Joe stuff. Passed over people for promotions, all these dastardly things he has done. You got annoying guys like him and Orko, and you could even say Slimer and Ghostbusters. I could go on forever. Silverhawks was also one of those guys. Much like Snarf for Thundercats, they had the Copper Kid from the land of Copper, or the land of Mimes or something like that. And nobody likes Mimes. Nobody likes Copper Kids. I'd melt him down at the old jewelry store and I'd get my money out of it. But we do got Copper Kid part of here. And he's so crazy and weird and strange. I feel like I might keep him too. So maybe I'll have him and Snarfer hanging out in the corner or something. But these 2 I have kept for now. But I did have pretty much everything up to the last 2 sets. And I never opened any of them. So sent them all off to Jay's, moved on, passed on them. It is what it is. All good things must come to an end. And Silverhawks, it's so hard to say goodbye. Series 29 or episode 29. Yeah, maybe not really. Maybe not that hard to say goodbye to. But things are coming, things are going, and that's the latest leaving my collection. But what's leaving your collection, brother? What are you getting rid of? What's on its way out in your collection? Let me know in the comments down below. You made it this far, don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to this very YouTube channel. You know by now, we got plenty of content to keep you busy each and every single day. Plenty of videos, enough videos to make your head spin. Appreciate all the support. And of course, SirPaul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, TikTok. That's where you can find me. You can also email TheKylePetersonShow at gmail.com, which is the name of my podcast as well, The Kyle Peterson Show. Available every Tuesday, wherever podcasts are found, with video cast on YouTube. Check it out, support the channel, all that kind of fun stuff I always tell you. Patreon's your best place. So for Silverhawks, pour one out for old Copper Kid. He lost the rest of his family. I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.
Well, we're gonna dance or we're gonna play.